You're watching DIYNate. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to tell me about your project in the comments. Hey friends, this is the full or long version of my screw-in LED light fixture video. During this video, I go through putting the bulbs in my garage, which I am loving by the way. Later in the video, I put in several of these bulbs in the basement of a rental property, and that has been a great addition as well. If you're looking for a shorter version that is more of a product review and just want to get straight to the point and see the garage or the basement, I'll leave a link in the video description. Or feel free to fast forward through this video, as some of this is just me screwing in light bulbs, which is pretty straightforward. Let's get into the video. Hey friends, today on DIYNate, I'm really excited about this new package I purchased. Now this is 8 LED garage lights that actually screw in directly into the light bulb socket. So you basically take this LED contraption, you screw it into the light socket, and voila, you have a lot of extra lighting. Now what's cool for me, my garage has 2 of these sockets that only hold single bulbs right now. And the garage is a little darker than I would like, and I was looking for some options that could really get me some new lighting, just kind of refresh everything. This was a simple and easy, cheap solve for that, I believe. Thanks to my brother-in-law, Andrew, who gave me the idea. He actually put some of these in his garage, and it turned out really well. So I thought, hey, I'd go check it out on Amazon. And then I found a pretty large pack. Some of them come in 1, 2 packs. This one was an 8-pack, which is great for me because in my rental property, I have a really large basement that has a bunch of ballasts that have gone out. And what's really cool is in that basement, I also have some single hanging bulbs. And I really didn't want to go through the process of buying a bunch of new LED lights and doing the whole conversion at this time. I thought, hey, probably an easy solution would just be pop some of these in there. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Here is the full kit that came from Amazon. It's got a little bit of paperwork that looks like this. You can probably get an idea of what these things are going to look like. So it's got the little wings that expand out. I'll pull one of them out here so we can take a look. Here's what they look like. They can expand, and you can kind of angle them at different angles so you can point the lights in the direction that you want. So the best part too is it's got this little topper here. You just take this little thing off, and now it's ready to screw into the light socket. So really no rewiring necessary for a pretty low price. We got them on a Black Friday special, 8 of them for around 65, 70 bucks. So you may find different values at different times. I will definitely leave a link to the video description for this one and a variety of others, but that way you can kind of check it out and see what it looks like. But let's see what they look like. I haven't even tested these out yet. So let's go pop them in and see how they look. All right, so please don't judge me for my garage. I've got a lot going on lately. I've been moving in and out of some houses, doing some rental property stuff. As you can see, I've got one light bulb there that's burnt out on the far end, and then one right here with a moth flying around it that is working. But you can see my garage is fairly dark, especially in the far corners. Now again, that bulb is out, so it'd be a little brighter on a typical afternoon. But as you can see, I've got some other lights over here. And I only had those standard fluorescents on that side. I've got no lighting over there. So I have a pretty jacked up garage in general, lots of stuff in here. So we're gonna go ahead and pop in these lights and see how it changes the nature of this garage. Okay, simple tool required. Basically one, if you've already got the light fixture installed, is a ladder. That light bulb is probably getting a little hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. Let my light cool off, climb it up here. And I've got my bulb and socket ready to screw in. You grab up here around the top. Simply gonna hopefully take this guy out. Go and counterclockwise. Get that bulb out of there. This should screw in no problem. We're gonna expand it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up just a bit while I'm doing this. Probably could do it without that, but that should screw in. There we go. And I hope this thing really does the trick. We'll be able to test it with just one light, see how it looks, see what it does. Being careful not to drop it or break the little side panels there, trying to screw from the base. And making sure it goes in nice and neat. All right. And they're pretty good. Turn a little bit more. There we go. And with these two, I'm going to come down a little bit since I don't really need it shooting off of that, but I'm going to point these up just a shade. And we'll give it a test, see how much better or worse it is than the original light bulb. And let's let her rip. Boom. Man, that really brightens the place up. Holy cow. I almost don't need a second one of these. By comparison, this really opens up the light a ton. It's got that white color too, so it's more of a daylight view. So just by comparison, those extra lights are going all over the place. I now have lighting in the back of my garage there. I've got lighting pretty much everywhere right now, and I still have one more bulb to do. So that really changes the game. Awesome. I am super pumped. this is going to be great for my garage. It's going to be great for my basement as well in my rental property. Really excited about how that's going to work out. Okay, guys, I'm also going to point out, feel free to mock me for my organization in the comments. Would love to hear your feedback on how trashy my garage is. Don't worry, my wife will fully support you, so feel free to take your shots in the comments below. Just make sure they're appropriate and funny. And I'm going to go ahead and knock out that other one. Okay, second one ready to install. Take this dead bulb out. They do say to turn the power off while you're doing this, so probably will do that just to follow the instructions by the book. So we'll go ahead and cut the power off. My fancy little shop light here to give you a little extra light. It's got a magnet on it, so it'll hold in place. There we go. All the lighting tricks today. Take this little plastic piece off right there. And now we're good to go. Like these things, they seem like they're really good in general. Again, I'm expanding it so I can get up to the space where I need to get in there. And I'm gonna grab it right here and start working that in there. All right, just screwing it in. Takes a few seconds to get it all the way up there. Almost there. Again, being careful, gentle with it since it is a lighting fixture that's plastic and probably made in China. So I'm gonna point this one down. For this guy, I'm also gonna go straight down with it. This one I'm gonna go up a bit, and this one I'm gonna go up quite a bit. So there we go. Now we're ready to roll. I'm gonna let you see what that looks like from a first on perspective. And let's check it out. Now with both of these lights going, our garage should be very bright. Boom. That is some serious lighting in the garage. Love it. Man, we just amped this thing up drastically. Whole different ball game in here. So this is awesome. I am super pumped with this. This is a good Christmas gift for those of you doing holiday shopping, or a Father's Day gift. Very good idea, or a project that you might want your husband or wife to complete. Probably a pretty easy one for them to feel good about themselves. All right, let's take a look here. Boom, boom. They are bright. My whole garage is lit up now. No problem seeing. Feeling really good about the extra lighting I now have, and I can see everything in my garage. All the work I need to do to clean this thing up. Bunch of DIYNate projects on hold right now that I need to get going, so got to get all this stuff organized. So that is pretty exciting. Love what I'm seeing here. Drastically better as far as lighting in here. So thumbs up from me. Love this project. This is a great way to enhance your home from a lighting perspective. All right, friends, so I have a basement that has a ton of space, and it is pretty dark and dingy down here. I do have a couple of these fluorescent lights, but several of them have burned out. And what I'm finding is these fluorescent bulbs are not cheap, about 25 bucks for an 8-footer, 2 bulbs. And so I'm gonna try and take a stab with these new LED fixtures that I've got. I'm gonna replace these individual light sockets and see if I can't brighten this place up quite a bit. You can see I've got a few different lights here, but right now my basement, even with the daylight outside, it's pretty dark and dingy. And again, I really didn't want to go through the process of replacing a bunch of these 8-foot ballast or 8-foot fluorescent bulbs simply because they do burn out and they're expensive. And if I could replace them with some of these LED expansion lights, I thought that would be pretty cool. So we're going to see what that looks like. I'll show you in just a minute here what that looks like, and I'll probably just turn on those bulbs individually. I'm going to install them. They're very easy to instaall. All I've got to do is take the existing bulb out and screw them into the bulb cover. All right, showing off this light project here. It's a little hard to see right now. I'm going to turn this bulb off so it'll cool for a minute, but you can see in my dark basement here, and I've already showed some examples of this. This basement is really dark. I've got these big fluorescent fixtures that are taking up a ton of space. I'm going to try and augment them with some of these hanging fixtures that expand. The great Christmas gift, birthday gift, Father's Day gift, whatever you might be looking for your home. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to grab my ladder here. Let's get onto it. I'm going to put 4 or 5 of these in my basement today and just see what the difference is. You may have to take my word for it a little bit because the lighting here, I do already have some lights down here, so kind of makes it hard to tell what's actually happening. All right, so here's our first little fixture. You'll see what I'm working with. There we go. And this guy, all I'm going to do is take off the wrapper. And this is a really cool, easy installation, about as easy as it gets, as easy as screwing in a light bulb. Basically take that off, pop out the little wings, and you can adjust them to whatever distance or view you want. So for me, I'm just going to come up here, swap that bulb out, knowing it's going to be a little bit hot. Not too bad. So it's cooled down a little bit. taking it off. I'm really excited about seeing what this looks like in this. These things come with a little cap on the bottom of them. So I'm pulling that little cap off the socket, which I think protects the light socket a little bit in transit. And we're gonna go ahead and screw this guy in carefully from my ladder, making sure I can get him in there. And my string is wanting to wrap around it while I'm turning it in, so try and make sure I can get that guy in there. Come on. There we go. Starting to go. Not quite in there yet. Almost. There we go. Just like screwing in a light bulb. Making sure he goes in. Don't want to drop him from this kind of height because I am up pretty high. I want to be careful on my ladder as well. And once I've got him in, the pull string is going to be a little tricky. I'm going to have to make sure I don't hurt the light when I pull on it. But boom, look at that. That's pretty awesome. We've got a ton of light now, and that makes a world of difference. All right, as you can see, I've got this one light bulb burning. You go ahead and turn the power off on it. You can see I've got another fluorescent right next to it, putting out some light, but adding another one of these things is gonna make this light up the basement quite a bit. So I'm excited about it. Again, great gift, something that people love. I think this is a really awesome way to brighten up your house. It uses kind of a daylight LED view, so I like that a lot, that it really lightens things up really great. So the installation's super easy. By installation, I mean screwing in a light bulb fixture. So all I'm going to do is pull these little branches down. Now in this case, I do have a string hanging down, so you might have to clear the string out of the way while you screw it in. So that's a little bit to navigate there, but go ahead and screw that in. There we go. Getting it almost there, just that easy. New light fixture installed. I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of room there. And you can see what that does from a brightness perspective. I can tilt my lens a little bit here, so instead of just shooting straight down, I can open it up some and get myself some extra lighting kind of all the way around the basement. That really changes the nature of the brightness down here, and I'm digging this quite a bit. Really like that. So just like that, second one installed. Again, you can see how much brightness that puts off. Hard to tell in this environment since I've got other lights going, but I'm a big fan of it. All right, so in this darker part of my basement, you get the idea of the light here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, give the bulb a second to cool. So this will be really easy for me. Pop this guy in. Bulb should be cool now. Be careful you don't drop the bulb or the fixture that you're going to put in. Got the plastic wrapping on it. Take that off. There we go. Take the little cap off. Expand the wings. I do like to have them kind of kicked out to the side a little bit so I broadcast that light instead of just shooting straight down. I think that's actually a pretty good way to do it. Most of these lights I've got to have a little pull rope to them, so I want to be careful I don't get that caught up in the helicopter motion of the light here. Almost there, almost there, and we're good. So now we try to pull straight down. There we go, good to go. And you can see what that does light-wise. Plenty of light now in this area. Lots of room to work. I can see pretty much everything. Moving on to the next one. Right, workshop getting fully enabled with lights, which is great. Got plenty of room to work down here. And this one not having that extra string is kind of nice. Just screw it in. Just open that up a bit. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. There we go. Good to go here. I think I'm okay, but I'm going to check. There we go. Yep, that's pretty good right there. Boy, that's blinding if you look right at it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to tie a string up on it. We'll move on to the next one. All right, so last one I'm doing for the day here. Gonna run up this ladder, change this one out real quick. Hit the power. So I won't burn my hand. That one's been burning for a while today. Class isn't too hot, so I'm good to go. Changing that one out. Bag off. Go ahead and expand it a little bit. I don't want these sides down when I'm screwing it in. There we go. And with that string in the way, it can be a little tricky to get it in there, but it doesn't take too much to figure out. There we go. Going in nicely, spinning like a helicopter, right round like a record player. There we go. Almost there. Okay, good to go. And there we go. That's about as good as I'm going to get this one. Good bright light coming in now. Plenty of lighting going on in my basement. And it feels like I've just really changed out all of the fixtures. So that is how you do it. All right, so you've been watching DIYNate. You can see how bright these lights are. In fact, I'm getting a little bit of a glare in my camera here, but that kind of just shows you how bright the lights are. They're really good. They really open up the area, and you don't have to use a ton of energy to burn them. So they're working great. I feel like my workshop just became a much brighter place, which is awesome. It's what I was going for. A very inexpensive solution to the problem. Got all these ballasts hanging up, big old fluorescent fixtures that over the years, as the bulbs burn out, I just didn't want to go back and replace those. At the same time, if I came across somebody giving some away, I'd probably just pop those in. I'm sure there's probably some energy comparisons to be made. These things seem great though. I'm really excited about them. They look like they're going to do the trick, and I highly recommend them. I'll continue to post every now and then on the comments how my fixtures have been going. If you'll leave me some comments, let me know about your experiences too. But if you want to check out where to get these from Amazon, I'll leave a link in the video description. I'm sure there's a lot of other options you can check out and buy from different retailers. They're starting to show up in a lot of different places. They're the high-end versions, they're the low-end versions. I went with some cheapies just to test them out and see how they're looking. But I think these are a pretty good buy. They were recommended and seemed like they had a pretty good price tag on them. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching DIYNate. Have a great day. I've left a link in the video description where you can purchase your own LED screw-in shop lights, and I hope this video helps you out. If you enjoyed the video, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. I'd also love it if you would like the video, subscribe, and sign up for alerts, since that really helps my channel out. Thanks for watching DIYNate, and have a great day.